Guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sixth Borough. We are starring Denise.
Next up, Kenny. We got Joe. We got Sharon. And my name is Nico. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sixth Borough. Whoop, whoop. All right, take it away, Denise.
Hi, everyone. Can you believe another week has gone by? This is Denise, your host of The Sixth Borough and Power following this show. And, of course, we have...
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
How you doing, guys? Great to be back. Just want to say we are live from Boca Raton. Excited as ever to be here today.
I want you to know he actually practices that all week just to be able to say that. When I give him the cue, what does he do? He delays.
I have to tease her a little bit, you know?
Yeah, right. So, anyway, it's been a great week for many people.
Yes,
We've had amazing weather, and we have a great show lined up. I'm super excited about this lineup.
Me too. Very excited about tonight's show.
Last week was an amazing show as well. We had a lot of fun.
Yes.
And we actually have some events to catch up on. We had attended some events, and we had the boxing, celebrity boxing.
Yes, celebrity boxing. Damon was here last week. Damon Feldman, owner of Celebrity Boxing. And then we went to his event, the Ring Girl competition. We're all there, Sharon, Kenny, all of us.
That's right.
Great event. And then we went to Piazza afterwards.
Piazzas, yeah.
And
then, whoa.
Then we went to a friend of mine's place in West Palm Beach. It's called the Hideaway in Palm Beach. And let me tell you, what a pleasant surprise that was. We ate, we drank. The entertainment was unbelievable. If you guys ever go there, go to the Hideaway in Palm Beach and ask for Justin and tell him the Sixth Borough sent you, and they'll take care of you.
I promise you, it's a Hideaway experience.
Great time, right, Ken?
Oh, yeah, and the food was actually really good. I was surprised.
The shrimps are like that big.
Yeah, I was like, where are they getting these things?
Well, there you have it. The Hideaway, we'll have to definitely check that out. But all said and done with, we've actually had another event. I know Nico, our in-house DJ co-host, thanks so much for being here. We love you to death. You had an event that you also were talking about last week.
I was in downtown West Palm Beach, Supercar Week. It's an absolute epic event. It happens once a year for just a week. But the event was, the weather was beautiful.
Amazing cars, beautiful people, that type of vibe. It was good.
He DJs all these big car events.
He does, yeah. Anyone that wants to have a Nico go and do their event, whether it's a car show or bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, anything to that effect,
He's doing my daughter. He's going to do my daughter's wedding.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, he did my sister's wedding.
Yeah, I showed up at a wedding. Kenny was there.
I
It
might
was
get married
crazy.
just to have him DJ it.
Kenny, how do they get a hold of you if they want to go ahead and book you?
Hit me up on any kind of social media platform, NIKKO Nation. And I'm not somewhere, folks. I'm everywhere. It's just what I do.
True.
This Sunday, Boca Raton Stand Up. This Sunday is another car show. It's a little bit early in the morning from 8 to 12, 1200 Yamato Road. It's Boosted Bagel Bash. Epic.
Nice.
Amazing cars.
We got a phone call.
We do.
Oh, perfect. We
phone
just
call.
opened up.
Dion on the line.
Dion.
Oh, all right.
Dion on the line.
Dion, are you there? Caller, are you there?
Hello.
There he is.
Thanks
We
for,
hear you.
Thanks for calling in. How are you doing this evening?
Are you there?
Are you there?
What happened to Dion?
Dion.
He's still there.
There you go. Well, this is what happens. We have to be able to roll with this. I'm sure he'll
He's
dial
on
back
the
in.
line.
He's on the line? He's on the
Dion,
line.
Can you hear us?
Maybe he's sipping his drink. There he is.
There you are.
Turn the mic on.
All right, forget
All right,
about
go
this.
ahead. Thanks so much for calling in, caller. We appreciate your support. Do you have a question for either of us, or how much do you like the show? You ever
All
get a
right.
bad connection? It's pretty cool. All right, then. Well, caller, thanks for calling in. We appreciate it. You just never know what happens.
He started happy hour early tonight.
That's got to be a friend of Kenny's.
But he's listening. That's the most important part. That he's listening.
What better way to listen than
What better
during
way?
happy
Thanks
hour?
for calling, Dion.
We are. Thanks for calling. But we do have with us tonight.
Oh, we got a full
we
house.
have more guests. Well, we have to introduce who's actually working and hosting with us
Yes,
this evening.
of course.
We've added to our cast. We now have Kenny Magchop, who is our in-house artist. I mean, this guy is something else. He actually has that piece right behind your head, which
Can you say it with my big
tell
head?
us about that real quick.
So that piece is called Facing the Paradox. And it's a lot of what goes on in my mind. So when you look at that piece, you got to spend some time in it. I'd love to know what it means to everybody else. It's the one that's right behind Joe. And you know what's really cool is the music notes that are on there are actually Metallica's Four Horsemen.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that a reflection of your ADD anywhere in there?
Everywhere.
Tell everyone how you made that.
Yeah.
So my artwork is collage art, which is where the name Magchop comes from. So that's how you find me, magchop.com. And all my social media is under Magchop, Magchop. I chop up magazines to create my artwork, so I call it Magchop.
That piece of art right there was made out of chopped up magazine. Can you
Yes.
believe that?
Wow, that's
Well, not only
great.
that, he also has it on a mug.
Yes, I have the
He has
matching
the
mug
matching
today.
mugs
Oh, you got the
today.
matching
Yeah,
mug.
I brought the matching
Make
mug
sure you leave
today.
that on the table. I'm going to buck that on the way out.
I didn't get a mug.
I don't know.
No, Joe, you
Everybody
gotta,
has to go
Joe,
on
you gotta
magchop.com.
steal the mug.
Kenny, I got about 12
He's
of
not
them
gonna give you
somewhere.
one. You gotta steal the mug, bro.
Well, I want to shout out to Tommaso. Just wrote in saying hello to us.
Hey,
Tommaso,
Tommaso.
how you doing? Shout out to you.
Shout out to you for sure. So we also have with us Sharon Pfeiffer, who has been on our show before and is just a magnificent talent to have.
Awesome.
I love her to death, and her energy is just incredible. Sharon, thanks for being
Hi,
here.
everybody. Hello. Thank you for having me back on the show. I love being here, but I love your new digs. This is fabulous. I mean,
Yes.
this is really,
It's like
really
a trip, right?
It's a trip. I love it.
It's a trip. That's right.
It's really creative, and I love it. I love being here. I love being a part of it.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know if
Thank
you
you
can
for
see this,
being
but the
here.
backdrop behind you is just fabulous right now. It's just all the colors.
Yeah, it's really fabulous.
Tell us about the show you have coming up.
Okay, so everybody pretty much knows me as an actor, right? An actor, but also stand-up comedian. But the last 3 years, I've spent writing and producing a show called From Brooklyn to Boca. Yeah. And we are now in pre-production. And we are really excited, and we have some LOIs from some pretty substantial actors, and just look for it, everybody. Joe actually was in our staged read, which went over really well.
Mikey
So
the Bat.
look out also. We're having the original lyrics and music written by a team out of New York City. So we're fingers crossed it may become a musical. We've got a lot going on with From Brooklyn to Boca. So we're very, very excited about that. And
Great show.
You know, listen, maybe we can get your guest, your big
special
guest
guest,
tonight.
I
Maybe
don't
he'll be
know.
a part of it. Where I'm gonna, you know,
see.
wrestle him afterwards and
Anything
see
is
if he'd like to
possible.
be in it. Who
Just
knows?
Talk 'em, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just don't scare
You
them.
know, you never know.
She wants
But
to
Make
wrestle
them
them.
mad.
And tell us about the show you got coming up.
Yeah.
The comedy show
show.
with Mike Marino,
Yes.
who I hope everybody has been keeping up with him. He is an internationally known comedian,
he was on the
and
show.
I've opened up for him before quite a few times, and so I'm opening up again with him in Fort Lauderdale at the Savor
Paradiso.
Cinema. And we also have the Boston Guido is hosting. He is hilarious
He's
as
very
well.
funny, yeah.
So it's going to be a great show. And if you want to get tickets for that, tickets are still available. Not many.
We have the flyer. Can we put the
Yeah.
flyer up to that?
It's February 3rd,
February 3rd.
which is a Friday night. The show starts at I think it's at 8 o'clock. Forgive me, I don't. It's 7 or 8 o'clock, and it's going to be a great show. It's
Can we
just
come later? Can you hold it? Can you hold it off an hour for us?
We are
I'll
live
see what I
between
can
6
do.
and
I'll see what
8:30.
I'll see if I can run over time. But Mike, he's a stickler. But it's going to be a great show, and we're looking forward to it. We hope everybody
great show
comes
last
out.
time.
Yeah, and we're
I
really
actually
excited
went to
about it.
see her perform or do her thing on stage at the
Flamingo Room. Yeah.
I can't say that.
In
Flamingo
Fort
Room. Say that 3 times fast. And it was phenomenal. She did a great job. She was hilarious.
Yeah.
She couldn't do a stand-up in our show because we'd get kicked off the air.
Yeah, yeah. FCC regulations. I'm not.
I want to go.
Yeah.
And
It's raw.
I collaborated with another artist, and we created the poster for From Brooklyn to Boca.
Yes.
Oh, that's
yes. I'm
there's
so
the show.
sorry. I forgot to mention.
There's the show coming
that.
up. Paul Marino, is that his son?
That is his brother.
His brother.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
Can you imagine dinner in their house?
Yeah, that is his
Good grief,
brother.
could you imagine that?
Yeah.
I met the Boston Guido at when he was at the Boca Box when Mike was there
Right.
live. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's
when I met him.
phenomenal. He's so funny, and he's just a great talent. And just really, it's just going to be a great show. You know, the host is really what brings the show together and gets the show going and gets the energy going, and he is definitely going to
Top
bring
notch,
it. So I'm looking forward to it.
He
Yeah.
will be coming back on the show.
Yeah.
He's
Great.
here for a month after that, so we'll be having him back.
Great.
So we're really excited. Sharon, thanks so much for being
Thank
here.
We're going to have to make
Thank you.
a G version of the show and do it
Yeah,
here.
yeah, that's not going to happen when I'm around, but whatever.
All right, let's move on to
I
our
just
guest.
actually have to share that we actually have to go through in pre-production. I have to sit with these guys and say there's no foul language. And it's so hard. It's almost like we need a...
But we've been good.
You've been good. Well, almost like a... What is that?
It was the guest last time
cuss
they
cup.
did.
You know, every time a bad word comes up, we have to drop a nickel or something in there.
Oh,
but
we
in
could
this case,
retire then. can't
Where's
we?
the money going to go?
exactly. But we do try to keep it as clean as possible. But you know what? When you see any of the individuals that are on here, if you go and see them live, their true personalities and colors come out, so you can actually enjoy their show in their own personality. So it's exciting. So tell me, Joe.
Yes.
You know what this year is?
Well, do I know what year it is?
Yeah.
It's 2023, right?
It is. But this weekend in particular.
Another
real
trick
quick-
question.
This is a trick question.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually the Chinese New Year is coming up on Sunday. And I actually did some research. Well, you know me, everyone. I do my research. And I was really excited to see that it's the year of the water rabbit.
Ooh.
What's a water rabbit?
It's a rabbit. I don't know what kind of rabbit. It's a rabbit.
I didn't. Do other rabbits swim?
I don't know, but maybe someone in the back can find out. But the more important thing is that if you were born in several years,
I'm the rabbit.
we were born in the
See,
same year.
that's
Hi,
why
man. Hi, Diane.
She went
Amanda.
around. She went around and asked everybody their birthday before the show. I knew
So
she
I
was
know
up to
what
something.
animal you are. I can figure this out. I actually hear, but for those of you that are born in, well, certain years, I don't want to go through the years, but this is one of the years. There are like 10 or 12 different years, but this is the year of the rabbit, and it's believed to be that we are vigilant, witty, quick-minded, and ingenious.
Me and you are rabbits?
Yeah, we're rabbits.
Oh.
Yes, but we
I
can
like rabbits.
we can
Born
be
in
quiet yet
1990. What
elegant.
does mine say?
Yeah, keep it clean back there.
I didn't say anything. You did.
We could be kind and responsible.
Yes.
And what's interesting about this, though, I don't really believe this stuff, but sometimes it's so darn accurate. And these horoscopes and predictions and whatnot, and it does say in here that one of my favorite flowers is jasmine, and true, it is.
Really?
It's one of my favorite flowers is jasmine. Like, how'd you know that? So anyway, I went and did some research. I found out everyone's birthday. So Joe, we know that you are a rabbit. Kenny, my dear, you are a dragon.
Ooh.
I knew that.
You do that?
I didn't, but I felt it. You know what
You
I mean?
are a dragon, and you are confident, intelligent, and an enthusiast, which we really believe you are. Nico, in the back,
Oh,
our
boy.
one and only. You are a dog.
Oh, we knew that.
I've been called much worse, I'll tell you. I think when I'm done, I leave. That's why. That's what it is. Yo.
Yeah. So you are considered lovely, honest, and very prudent. So that speaks to that. I just thought we have a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
But I think we're ready to
promiscuous.
move into who we have as
Yes,
our
I'm
special
so
guest.
excited to get going with this guy. So excited that he's here.
Should I do the intro?
Big fan. Go get him.
Okay, this is what I do. This is my job here. We have with us an American actor, boxer, motorcycle enthusiast, a New Yorker, bodyguard, a martial artist that has 6 belts in 6 different disciplines, is also a stuntman, a boxer, trainer in boxing, and also was a sideline reporter for HBO on Monday Night Fights. And we are so excited, Chuck Zito. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, now, I just have to say, he just about fits in the picture. But it's amazing the youthfulness that you've maintained. You are a testimony, I think, to keeping health on the forefront and never, ever showing your age or anything. We are all the same group here, but amazing. You look fantastic.
He's timeless.
Oh, thank you.
Timeless. I love that word. You are timeless.
Sleeps in a freezer. We know.
Another month, I'm 70.
Hey, God bless you.
God, it's 70.
He's going on 50.
He's
70 going on 50.
ID him.
Sharon, all right. Sharon,
Yeah, 7. That's
I wouldn't lie about my
amazing.
age. If I said, I'd be 30.
Well, Chuck, I did a little research, which is what I do, and your history is just unbelievable. Your life experience, all of what you've done between acting and, when you were being raised, and we have so many questions. We want to tell your story, and we want to have a lot of fun with that. But most importantly, you know that you're on the 6th Borough, and we welcome you, and thank you so much for being here. But the 6th Borough is really for those New Yorkers that somehow made their way down to the South, whether it was just for a visit or just because they started to live here. And you're among family, because you are from New York originally, is that right?
I still live in New York. I'm just visiting.
You're just visiting. So
So
you're in
I'm
the
just
6th
going to
Borough.
Florida to visit.
Originally, you're from what part of New York? What
Well, I was
borough?
born in the Bronx.
Okay.
I was born and I lived in Hunts Point on Borough Street. From there, I went to Brooklyn, Sheepshead Bay, and Bensonhurst. And then from there, I went to New Rochelle and Westchester, where I still live.
It's so nostalgic listening to the accent. It really is. It warms my heart, actually. So tell us a little bit about, your early years. I mean, I see that you have a family that comes from boxing.
Yes. My father was a professional fighter back in the 30s and 40s. He fought under the name Al LaBarba. Of course, his name was the same name as mine. I mean, mine's the same as his, Charles Zito, Chuck Zito. And back in the day, fighters never really used their real names. Sugar Ray Robinson was Walker Smith. Rocky Marciano was Rocco Marcincello. Rocky Graziano was Rocco Barbella. Bojack was Sidney Walker. So my father, his cousin was Fidel LaBarba, the flyweight champion of the world. And he used his name for the ring. So he called himself Al LaBarba.
Wow.
And like I said, he fought in the 30s and 40s. He used to fight 2-3 times a week for $10.
Wow.
And he had 228 fights.
I was going to say, I saw he did an amazing amount of fights, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, fighting back then is nothing like today. I mean, was it
No,
near,
no, forget
was it
about it.
near
These guys-
bare knuckles? I mean,
These guys today, they fight once every 4 years, these champions. My father used to fight 2-3 times a week and sometimes twice a night.
Wow.
oh my
He would
goodness.
fight in Connecticut, jump on a train and go to New York and fight for $10.
$10.
Imagine that. Here's $10. Don't spend it all in one place.
In the meantime, you're swollen and bleeding and bruised everywhere.
Yeah.
But it was a passion. I think doing something like that is just passion.
Nowadays, $10 to buy you a carton of eggs.
Yeah, I'm actually got some.
Sometimes.
I'm selling some out of my trunk if you want some later.
If you look and you see Floyd Mayweather, one fight he fought for $400 million.
Spot on, right?
One
Yeah.
fight.
That's
And they're saying, if you go to Floyd Mayweather, he's saying, he had 50-0 in like 28 years, whatever it was. There was a guy named Harry Greb, went 45-0 in 1 year.
In one
Wow.
year.
1 year.
45
He had
fights.
45 fights in 1 year. But that was like 1920, 1915, something like that. But those are the difference in the fighters back then. Everybody was hungry. Everybody was a fighter,
And
whether
back-
you were Jewish, Italian.
Back then, didn't they fight like unlimited rounds? Some of these fights, they didn't do like 15 rounds. It was back in
Oh,
the
no. It was 15 rounds back then. And, championship fights were 15 rounds.
Right.
Other fights were, 10 rounds.
But I'm saying in the early days when boxing first came out, they used to box.
Oh, yeah. Well, he went 45 rounds. But
Yeah.
somebody fell. A round went, a knockdown counted as a round.
Exactly, yeah. Right.
So I guess if you got tired, you'd fall down, and that was a round. So you go.
Good strategy.
Or you fell down. You fell down, did not get up. That was done. Winner.
You got tired, I'd
winner.
fall down. Oh, there's a round.
They round
The
over.
28th round, I'd fall down again. There's another round.
Oh, he sneezed. Wait a minute. So, but going back to the whole, your dad, I mean, tell us a little bit about how, the family dynamic. I mean, to have someone that would fight that many times and twice a week, And I mean, did you follow the path? Did you like boxing? What was like? How did you feel about all that?
Of course, I wasn't even born yet when my father was fighting. But growing up, he never wanted me to fight. He never wanted me to follow his footsteps. And I remember I lived on Borough Street in Hunts Point. And even though I was 5 years old, there was another kid called Butch there. He was like the guy from the Little Rascals. Every time I went outside, he beat me up. So I went crying home to my father one day. He said, "Don't ever come crying home to me." So he pulled out his trunk with all his boxing equipment in it, and he got on his knees and started teaching me how to box at 5 years old. So when I had my first ring fight, I was 12 years old.
Oh, wow.
At the Southside Boys Club in New Rochelle. And I just went on the amateur circuit. I fought in the Golden Gloves 4 times in New York City. But I got married and became a father and husband at 17. So there went my pro career, and I wound up, I started to do refrigeration and service all the supermarkets and everything. So that was my job. So I was working. So I couldn't really turn pro, and I could have been a pretty good fighter, I think.
Could have been a contender.
Could have been a contender.
Contender.
Instead, he just went around and beat up everybody.
But that's when it started, and like I said, when I was a kid, he never wanted me to follow in his footsteps.
I think that's probably something that many parents feel. Like, you know, they want their children to do something other than what they did, just to, like, whether it's to elevate, move on, go to the next level, whatever the case may be. Because there's in this case as a boxer, that's really blood, sweat, and tears. You don't want to see your children go through that. So I think he was probably looking out for the best of you.
You know, he want me, like I said, he never wanted me. Even when I signed up for the Golden Gloves, I did it. I just sent the application out, and I signed myself up. Then when he found out, he said, "Well, you're going to do it my way," and he started being in my corner when I was fighting, which was, you know.
That's a dad, yep.
So I know that you are a motorcycle enthusiast. Tell us about that whole interest of yours, because I saw a couple of pictures, and those are some amazing-looking bikes that you had.
Well, I started riding a motorcycle. I think I built my first bike when I was like 16, 17 years old.
You built?
And yes, I built my own cars. I was 16 when I built my own car. It was a 62 Chevy 2. And I got into motorcycles at the same time.
Can you imagine kids doing that today? They wouldn't even know what to do. They would just like probably look at it. Where's the buttons? And you know, back then it's just like, you know.
Well, it was a lot easier back then. You could walk around the engine compartment. Today, you can't even see the spark plugs.
I had to teach my son how to work on the cars so I can get his hands in there.
So that's what I started doing. I started at a young age, you know, building motorcycles. I started riding. I actually joined a motorcycle club called the Chingaling Nomads in the Bronx. It was my first club. And then from there, I became a Hell's Angel in New York City. So I was Hell's Angel for 25 years in New York City. And that started with my boxing. I started boxing, and I started fighting at the Gramercy Gym on 14th Street in New York City. And the president of the New York City Hell's Angels was a guy named Sandy Alexander. And he was a professional boxer. We became friends. We started sparring each other. I started painting cars and motorcycles when I was young. I wound up painting his motorcycle. Other Hell's Angels saw me paint, and I started painting theirs. And next thing you knew, I became a Hell's Angel.
Picture you working on a bike.
So I was a Hell's Angel for 25 years.
Wow.
And actually, I quit the club 18 years ago, but
that's a whole show right there.
So, and basically, people ask me, well, how'd you get started in the movie business?
Yeah.
Sandy Alexander was a stuntman, and we did a movie in, like, I believe it was 80, 81, called Dead Ringer with Sharon Meatloaf. And a guy named Alex Stevens was also the stunt coordinator, and Sandy was co-coordinating. And they needed 18 guys on motorcycles. And Sandy, of course, got all the Hells Angels. So I caught the stunt bug, and I started doing stunt work.
Wow.
So Sandy was a coordinator. He hired me. Alex Stevens was doing a movie. He'd hire me, and I started doing stunt work. I did 78 movies as a stuntman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You never saw me, but you saw my name at the end of the credits. And then I started, you know, acting, and the HBO series Oz was my first acting gig, really.
Great,
Oh, wow.
great part you had in there.
And yeah, thank you. Chucky Pancamo.
Yeah.
Before I got the part, the character's name was Sam Pancamo. And when I got the part, they changed it to Chucky Pancamo.
That was a great
Was
job.
that a
So
far
I
stretch
actually
for
looked,
you
it was-
to act on Oz? I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
Was that a far stretch for you to act on Oz in regards to the character, or did you just kind of fall
well,
into it using your own
no,
personality?
Hold on,
Because
before
back
you
in,
answer that,
back-
my man,
right
we're gonna
before you
take a
answer,
quick
we got a
break. So
call.
think about that answer. We're gonna come back so you guys can hear the answer to that question.
WWNN AM Pompano Beach. WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only Oldies wants to send you cruising.
Oh, yeah.
3 days, 2 nights on the brand new Margaritaville at Sea.
Let's get this party started.
Yeah! Your weekend escape for 2 in the Bahamas is here. Visit TrueOldiesFLA.com and register to win our daily weekday cruise at 5 p.m.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
From ship to shore, Margaritaville at Sea awaits. You could be the next lucky winner. Winning excludes valet parking, taxes, fees, and port expenses. Full details at TrueOldiesFLA.com. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
Okay, playing it now.
Now, you've got the good time oldies.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 6th Borough. Take it away, Denise.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to our show. We are, again, just so excited to have our guest here, Chuck Zito, that has just been sharing some of the greatest stories and things that have been going on in his world. He is a New Yorker. He's in the 6 boroughs, so he's family, and we're so excited to have him here. Chuck, you know, you've actually been so interesting. We're so excited to know more about you, so let's pick up where we left off.
Okay.
So he was in Oz.
He was in the Oz, that's right.
Actor in Oz. And then I asked you if you, as an actor, the character was far from who you really are. Was it a far stretch?
Oz wasn't a far stretch because I just did 6 years in prison, and I went to jail in '85. There was a big nationwide sweep, and they arrested 150 people. 24 of those people were members of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, and I was one of them. So I wound up getting a 10-year sentence. I did 6 years in jail. So the crazy thing about it, I come out of jail, I get a show on Oz.
About prison.
Where I play an inmate.
Right. So I don't want to go back in.
So it was pretty easy for me.
They were preparing you for it.
Did they
During
use
the breaks, did you go outside? You're like,
How I got that, I was at I went to a movie called Only in America, the Don King story, with my friend Brian Hamill. And 15 minutes into the movie, the projector breaks, so they turn the lights on. And my friend Brian introduced me to Tom Fontana, who was the producer and writer of Oz. And he was also with Dean Winters, who played Ryan O'Reilly in his show. So Brian introduced me to Tom. He goes, look, Chuck just got out of jail. He did 6 years. Maybe he could be a technical advisor on it.
That's a consultant.
Consigliere.
Tom goes to me, he goes, look, you got a great face. Do you act? I said, yeah, of course. You know, I lied my ass off, but...
like an inmate for the last 6 years.
So I went the next day, and I read, and I actually beat 40 guys out for the part.
Wow.
And the character's name was Sam Pancamo. When I got the part, he changed to Chucky Pancamo.
Oh.
Nice. And that was my first TV series.
Well, I was actually seeing I actually counted, it was like 49 actual films from what I was able to find.
49?
That's what I
excuse
counted.
Me. I was in
Correct me, please.
78 as a stuntman and 76 as an actor.
There you go.
So you weren't looking up enough.
Chuck.
I'm going to have to go to Wikipedia on that one.
Look at this guy. I love him. I swear to God, in my mother's eyes. Look at him.
Correction.
I'll slap you in the mouth, 30 movies. What are you talking about?
But wait, this is the interesting part. Although I only saw 49, a majority of your roles, the names that you were given as far as character, a lot of them ended with vowels.
Well, of course.
It was a natural fit, right?
Yeah, I play a lot of wise guys and the tough guys in the movies, but I've done, like I said, I'm blessed, and I've done all these movies, and I'm on a TV series now called Gravesend.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's coming out.
Willie DeMaio.
And everybody's in it. Chaz Palminteri, Armand Asante, Andrew Dice Clay,
Steve Martirano,
William Forsythe, Gina Kashan, Fran Dresner, Vincent Bastor. Everybody's in it.
Isn't Steve Martirano in that?
Excluding me.
Excluding you.
Wow. What, do you get free meatballs? You mentioned his name?
I didn't know. That's the only one I knew that was
Steve
in it.
Martirano is in it, and he's doing a great job. Everybody's in it. Everybody's going to be great season, and I believe it's going to be like the new Sopranos.
It looks
awesome.
It's great.
When's that supposed to come?
I believe it airs April 1st.
I can't wait.
Wow.
Now,
get all that
I don't
lineup on
know
here.
what channel, because they're actually having, bidding wars on it. A lot of people want it.
A lot of people want
Netflix wants it. I heard Hulu wants it. A lot of people want it. I don't know where it's going, but
it's going
it's going to be,
Yeah,
I
it's gonna
believe, the
find
next
a home.
Sopranos.
Wow, that's exciting.
And I'm part of
excited.
it.
Wow,
I love
nice.
that.
I play a guy named Wise Guy, boss named Carmine Rizzo.
Carmine
Guess
Rizzo.
where? The name again.
A vowel. Another vowel.
That's great. I can't wait. We're going to have to get some of the names that you've been just mentioning. We're hoping to get them on here as well. So hopefully you set the path on that. But I'm super excited because I've been actually watching some of the stories on the back scenes of what's been going on. And it could be absolutely the next Sopranos.
They filmed a lot of it down here.
They did?
Oh, they
Yeah,
filmed
they did.
a lot of it here?
They filmed a lot of it down here, too.
Yes, I filmed here also.
Yep.
I filmed it. I'm in jail, of course. I got life. So
It's not from your acting.
I played an inmate, Carmine Rizzo. But now what happened was, I watched the first season, and I say to Willie DeMeo, who plays, Benny, and he comes to see me in jail. I says, 4 shots, I'm still here running this place. So now I watch the first season, and they bring, you go to flashbacks. I call him right up. I said, Willie, you got to bring me in a flashback to show how I got shot. So now I'm in all the flashbacks.
Oh, cool.
Even though I'm in prison for life, I'm in flashbacks.
Cool.
So,
well, interesting. How did you actually? You said you do stunts. You do your own stunts, like were you trained?
I do my own stunts now, because that's how I started, was a stuntman. So now I'm an actor who does my own stunts, so they don't have to pay a stunt guy.
Nice.
Well, how much of a stunt is there? I mean, it's not like
well,
you're not jumping out of cars, are you? Or
well, when I first became a stuntman, we would jump out of buildings. We would, fights, motorcycles, cars, everything.
Not now, though, I hope.
Jumping off, into an airbag off a building. I remember one time they threw me off a terrace sign. I had a cable through my arm and on a chest harness.
Good grief.
And I was, like on the 26th floor.
Oh,
and there was no
flights. I couldn't even look down that far.
I can't.
And there was no safety net, nothing under me.
Oh my goodness.
So, but I only dropped maybe 10 feet before,
Oh, okay.
I had a camera shot and boom.
Mm-hmm.
But you do. I remember I did this other show where I stunt double Chaz Palminteri.
Oh.
And I had to do a stair fall, and it was down marble steps.
Oh, wow.
And it was long. So I did it, and the director goes, that was great. That was great. You did it, no problem. Can you do it one more time?
Another shot.
And the second time, I hit my head at the bottom of the step and cracked my head open.
Oh, no.
So.
Did you say you wanted
That's why I got a little brain damage.
So
But yeah, stunts.
we're not doing it 3
but that was
times.
the only time I got hurt. So.
God bless.
After all the years, that was
Yeah, a lot of. You know what? There's a lot of stuntmen got killed on sets.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them got killed, and
or brain damage.
It's that's sad, but people don't realize what these stunt guys go through.
You got like Tom Cruise. He does his own stunts.
We're the ones who make the actors look good.
Yeah,
of course.
And Tom does a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah, maniac, that guy is.
I believe we have a caller for you.
We
do. You have a caller?
Perfect.
No.
I'm sure it's not the warden, but we can get him on the phone.
It might be the warden.
Caller, are you there?
Call you.
Hi. Good evening, Denise. Hey, CJ Jr. It's Scott.
Hey, Joey. Joey, how you doing? How you feeling, buddy? You just got out of the hospital.
All
It's
right.
my cousin Joe.
I'm home.
All right, good. Glad you called in. You got anything you want?
You got preoccupied last Friday.
You got anything you want to ask Chuck or anybody?
Yeah. What's the upside and the downside to doing your own stunts?
You get paid more.
That's the upside.
That's the upside.
You
The
know?
downside, if you do it wrong,
The downside
you
if
get
you
a bump in
get
your
hurt. That's
There it is.
That's about it. That sounds good.
Okay.
Joey, we hope you feel better.
Get better.
Hope you feel better and come in and see us next week.
I'm enjoying your show tonight. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
for
you very
calling.
much.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Joey.
So,
Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
You're welcome. Bye, Jill.
You didn't show up on my screen.
So I have a question for you as far as boxing, your stunts. I mean, how many times have you broken your nose, your hand, your wrist? We know you slit your head open once already.
I broke my nose 9 times. 9 times my jaw once, my hands like 5 times each one.
Oh boy.
Through boxing and martial arts and everything. And yeah, that's another thing. I became a martial artist after I
That was
saw
my
Bruce
next
Lee
question, yeah.
in the Green Hornet. And I said, I want to be like Kato right there. So I was young and I went to Aaron Banks' karate studio in Midtown. And I started taking White Crane and Tiger Claw Kung Fu. And then I went on and went to Tommy May's Karate Academy and started taking Ishiru Karate, where I'm a 6th degree black belt in Ishiru. And then went with Chris Colombo and started taking
There we go, yeah.
There you go. It is my Stars and Stripes gi.
Wow.
And from there, we went to VRNS Jiu-Jitsu, Committee Root Jiu-Jitsu. And now I train as much as I can. I train with Renzo Gracie in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, so I don't get there enough. I'm only a blue belt in with the Renzo, but
you're black belt. You're black belt in all these others, right?
Yeah.
How many are there? 9?
So
6.
Excuse me.
6 belts, right?
6 belts.
8
8
different
now.
styles I've trained in.
Okay.
Wow.
8 different styles.
Did you do the Jean-Claude Van Damme belt?
He beat him up.
Chuck's the kind of guy who's like, listen, how do you want me to beat you up? What technique? You got 8 different choices. I can beat you up my pinky. I can beat you my eyelid. Which one do you want? Get him, Chuck. Get
It's
him.
all good. It all keeps me in good shape.
I was talking to him before the show, and I was telling him that, I used to be a plumber, and early in the morning I'd get up in my van, I would listen to Stern in the morning, and I remember Stern saying, this guy beat up Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Van Damme was like in his prime.
Right. It's like unbelievable, right?
You know, that happened 25 years ago.
It was that long ago already.
That's like old news.
But it's still the
I don't
truth,
like to
though,
talk
Chuck.
about
But
you guys are good now.
Yeah.
You guys are good now.
It took us 17 years to talk to each other.
And we just ruined it.
So he's my friend now.
Let's keep it that way.
He's got an accent.
You know, I just
who
felt
knows what he's
bad
saying
that I
anyway.
got so much publicity from somebody else's misfortune. And, but it's amazing. And almost every day somebody asks me about that. Even though it happened 25 years ago. People still ask me for it. It's crazy.
Well, that's when Howard Stern was
Yes.
reigning supreme.
Yeah.
That's why.
I did Howard quite a few times. Actually, Howard gave me my own show. I had
I
my own
remember
show
that.
for 6 years called Chuck Zito's View.
I remember that, yeah.
Oh,
On
wow.
Howard
I'm telling you, man,
101.
we're a
Yeah.
big fan here you got here.
So
Yep.
When my friend Kevin told me that he could get you, I said, please, that would be an honor.
Yeah.
That was
Glad
great.
you're here,
It's
man.
probably
So-
easier to ask him what he hasn't done, I think, is at
Well,
this
we
point.
haven't-
What
we
haven't
actually-
you done?
I've done a lot. I've been blessed. I've done a lot and
That's
still
good.
doing.
Yeah, still
Oh,
going.
you're
Yeah.
still ticking.
We got a question.
Ah,
We got a question. Hello, Mr. Zito. Do you know Chuck Norris or Steven Seagal? Can you beat them in a fight?
I know them both. They're friends of mine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Both talented
And-
men, right?
And they didn't become, where they are today for not being able to fight, that's for sure.
yeah.
Right.
So
How old is Chuck Norris now? He's up there too, right?
Chuck is, I think, 82 now.
God bless him.
Yes.
And he doesn't look like it at all.
No.
Yeah. He's still in good shape. I mean, all these guys.
That martial arts
They're
keeps
still-
you in shape, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, it does. It does.
Well,
And-
we actually have something all in common with you, especially Joe and I. I understand you are a huge Elvis fan.
TCB.
Listen, hold on. You got to
TCB.
understand. That
Yeah.
ring
Yep.
is like, it weighs like a
We know, he
it
showed
weighs
us,
as much
huh?
of a spare tire. I was like,
That's a workout. It's like a dumbbell on his
big
finger.
Elvis fan, and I was blessed. I never met Elvis, but I saw him 4 times in concert.
oh, wow.
But I got to be good friends with Priscilla and also Lisa Marie, and it's so sad. I was devastated when I heard that. And
Yeah. Well, that family has
yes,
a shadow,
yes.
a cloud on them, just like the
Well,
Kennedys.
they're all together now.
Yeah, well, one more to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I mean, I met Chuck for the first time. I was at a signing at Chiller Theater, and Priscilla was there also.
Yes.
And I got the honor to meet her and meet you. It was a lot of celebrities that night, but you two guys were like,
Yes, a lot of. I believe
made
that
a
was
point to see you guys.
I believe that was Priscilla's first time signing.
yeah,
Was at Chiller Theater. That was in Parsippany, New Jersey.
yeah. We're
And,
going back up there this spring. We have a table there, the Last American
Yes.
Virgin. Yeah.
Yeah, I go there all the time.
Oh, good. We'll see you there.
There's a lot of Comic-Cons and everything, but I go to Chiller.
That's the best.
Yes.
That is the best. The Sons of Anarchy were there. Yeah.
They're always there.
Yeah.
They're actually I think next week in Cherry Hill, New Jersey at MonsterCon. It's called
Big show, yeah.
MonsterCon.
Charlie
yeah.
Hunnam's going to be there. David LaBrava's going to be there.
The line was going around the block just to get in the
Tommy
place.
Flanagan. All those guys are going to be there signing.
That's awesome.
So they do a lot of signing, and they do very well. A lot of people. They have a lot of fans.
Yeah, you figure $20-25 an autograph, and the line's going around.
$20-25 an autograph. That's cheap.
Yeah, well,
Some
the
guys
last
are getting
time
$150, $200 an autograph there.
I don't. And kids are paying
They
it.
just sign a
300
check,
an
is it-
autograph.
Kids are,
They sign
yeah,
a
if it's
check.
with a picture or a poster, yeah.
Yeah.
Kids paying
So they
that
make,
too. Young kids
they make money.
paying that.
A lot of people, especially the wrestlers.
Yeah.
The big wrestlers, they make a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Well,
So
God bless.
they do
are
well.
you training anybody right now, or do you still train
No.
anyone? Who-
I had my dojo. I had a karate studio in Pelham. I had to close that down because they raised the rent so much. It's amazing.
Yeah.
If you need eggs, I got some in the trunk.
But I'm looking for another place, maybe sometime, and start training again. It's training people, and I love that.
You got to move down here, Chuck. Open a dojo down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that you did train Mickey Rourke. Is that right? At some point.
I've trained Mickey. We trained together. He boxed for a long time when
Yeah.
he was younger. But we worked out a lot together.
He was quite
we
good,
boxed
too,
and,
wasn't he?
Trained together years ago.
He was quite good, Mickey, when he boxed. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he boxed oranges and apples.
I let you say that, not me.
So
He picked up
hey, you
on
know
that
what?
right away.
Anybody, I give credit to anybody who goes in a ring.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a lot to go in there. I love it when I'm at a fight, somebody's yelling behind me, hey, look, that guy's a bum. I turn around and say, hey, you want to go in there?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
They think it's easy.
No, it's not.
Joe got in the ring.
Especially when you're getting punched at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Joe's been in the ring a couple times. Joe, how was that going for you? Think of next new career, or what do you think?
2-0, and I'm retired.
Yeah.
I think the big question is, Chuck, is putting you in the middle of a shoe sale. Let's see how you survive that one.
A shoe sell?
It's ruthless there.
She says that's worse than the ring.
Buy these shoes.
yeah.
Probably be good. Buy these shoes or else.
Yeah, right, exactly. But they don't fit. I'll take them.
You got to do the Al Bundy approach. That's what it's all about, the Al Bundy approach.
Now, Sharon, we brought Sharon on tonight because she wanted to meet you. She said, you know a lot of the same people, and she's so glad that she came. Do you
Yeah.
have anything you want to ask, Chuck?
We talked earlier,
Did you?
but you know, my grandson is 13, and he just started boxing.
Oh, great.
He just started training in boxing, and of all the things that he's done, you know, he does the motocross since he's 2, and football, baseball, everything. He loves the boxing.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big boy. He's actually very big, and I believe you knew his grandpa, and we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But he's got big hands, and he's a big kid, and he just started the boxing maybe 3 months ago here in Boca. As a matter of fact, I can't remember off the top of my head who runs the boxing gym.
Lights Out boxing?
No,
that's not.
no.
That's
There's
way
quite a
bigger.
few boxing gyms here. I went to a
Yeah.
couple of them.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of them.
But he really is taking to it, and he loves it.
Oh, great.
You know, maybe you could,
Great.
give him a couple of pointers or
I'll
something.
tell you, there's
for
one
a
right
young
next door
fella.
to
Punch
my
the guy in
office.
front of you.
It's called Daru, and this place is mobbed 24 hours a day. It's open. It seems like it's open 24. You go there 6 in the morning, there's people there. 10 o'clock at night, I go to there's people
You
there.
talking here in Boca?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
on
that's.
Congress.
I'm pretty sure that's where he
Daru.
goes.
And I mean, they got celebrities going there.
Yeah,
basketball players. That's
yeah,
it. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's where
I'm
he goes.
looking at Bentleys outside
Yeah.
and Rolls Royces.
Yeah, that's
And the
because
place
they
is-
go. He goes before school.
That's it. That's the place.
Yeah.
Come say hello to
And
Uncle
he-
Joe next door.
I actually will tell him
Yeah,
because
okay.
that's. I'm pretty
So
sure
when he's
that's
got a
where he
fight
goes.
going on, if you're in town, we'll all go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he won't let me go.
Tomorrow I'm going to go see Mike Tyson. He's doing a
Tyson's
signing
in,
in
yeah.
Wellingford.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, Wellington.
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 I was close. I was close.
That's close
I'm from
by.
New York. What can I say?
That's close. That's close by here.
Wellington's close.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 40 minutes.
It's like out west, a little bit out west, right before
Pack a lunch.
Boynton.
When you
We got
go.
one more. We got one more question for you, Mr. Zito. Is Mark Wahlberg a good fighter? He seems very dedicated. That's my cousin Anthony.
Yeah,
from New
actually, he
York.
is. Actually, he trains all the time. He's in great shape, Mark. He learned a lot when he did The Fighter, playing Mickey Ward.
Yep.
And he does well. For an actor, he's a good fighter.
He actually played Father Stu, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And in that, he also played a role
As a
of boxing.
What
You know,
what about the greatest? Sly, Rocky.
Sly is good. Sly is
He
good.
can box it.
Look, he's
He's
been
great.
training for a long time.
He's great in Tulsa King. There's a picture.
Yes,
of him.
yes.
That Tulsa King
Actually,
is great.
great. I got the shirt on.
You noticed.
You got a few more of these.
You noticed it. You noticed
That is the
it.
best. That is the best.
That was when he was filming in Brooklyn. I went to go visit him there.
Yeah.
And I showed up.
Yeah. I love that show, man. He's great.
Yeah,
on
he's
that
doing great. I mean, look, he's 76 years old. He's doing great, man. He looks good. He's in great shape. He's been doing so many things so long.
So long. It's
So
longevity
long.
in this business is hard.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, is there a role that you'd like to play that you haven't gotten a shot at that you're like, you know, I always want to do something like I've always wanted to be Chewbacca, but I'm too short. But like, what would you want to do?
I've done a lot of things. I mean,
Well, definitely
look,
not
any role is good. I'll even take a bagel right now.
You're going to dress up as a
stars
rabbi?
as
What
the
is that?
bagel.
Baruch Hashem, what are you going to
Any
do?
role.
Do you like
You know?
comedy, Chuck?
What's
Do
that?
you like comedy?
Comedy?
Yeah. Do you like comedy?
Well, I'm not a comedian,
I
but
was
yeah, my dear friend is Russell Peters.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
He's my dear friend who I spoke to him for an hour yesterday because I don't know anything about my phone. My phone rings, I answer it. Somebody sent me the Gravesend. They wanted me to put it up. I didn't know how to do it because I have an Android. Yeah. And Russell was on the phone for a half hour running me through it, how to put it on.
You remember?
I sent it to him. He sent it back. I had to go on WhatsApp. I don't know what's,
What's up? WhatsApp?
He goes, what's up? I said, what's up? He goes, no, what's up? I said, what do you mean, what's up? It's what's up.
See, he is funny. He is funny.
Yeah, because he walked me through it on the phone.
We're going to do a reality show.
I don't know anything. I said, look, I don't know anything about that. I said, my phone rings, I answer it. So he ran me through it for a half hour, and he goes, what's up? I said, what's up? No, what's up? I said, what do you mean, what's up? I said, no, it's what's up.
What's happening
So
here?
it was like, who's on first, what's on second for the first 5 minutes.
Oh, my God.
We got a question from Chris Graziano. Would you recommend jiu-jitsu or taekwondo for a kid for discipline?
Well, taekwondo is all legs, a lot of legs. So, of course, either any martial arts is great, especially for discipline to teach a kid, because you learn a lot, and you learn a lot of respect and discipline when you go to a dojo. Right. So any martial arts is great. I tell people I prefer Japanese jiu-jitsu because it's a form of everything. It's boxing, it's karate, it's judo, everything combined.
Wow.
Which is, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu, of course, is a lot of groundwork.
Ground grappling. Right.
Yeah. You start standing up, but after that, you go right to the ground, and it's all, locks and kimuras and Americanas and things like that.
That comes in handy if a guy's not like you that could take care of it with one punch. If it goes to the ground, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm lucky I hit hard.
That's it.
It ends with one punch.
One and done. Oh, we have another
One
question
more
here.
question. Mr. Zito, I think Stallone almost was in The Godfather. Do you know anything about that? I didn't know that.
No.
I never heard that.
No.
No, not true.
Nope, never
Not
heard
true.
of it.
What's wrong with you?
Not true.
What are you doing?
Not true.
Anthony, you reaching for
rumors.
You
And actually, if
you reaching for question, cousin Anthony.
Did anybody watch The Offer?
Yes.
Oh, great.
The
Yes.
making of The Godfather?
Yeah, I
they
never
did
knew
not
all that.
want Al Pacino in that movie. Imagine that?
Yes.
He was the movie.
Yes.
He had a fight. That guy had a fight for him to be in the
Yeah.
movie.
He was the movie.
That was a great,
Really?
great
That was
movie. I didn't
And
think it was gonna be that good.
everybody, all those actors were perfect for all their parts.
Yeah.
You know, Sonny, James Caan, who recently passed.
Yeah.
He did my. They're coming out with my life documentary soon, and he did my documentary. 2 weeks later, he passed away.
He was the
Oh,
voice.
wow.
So, but everybody, I mean, Talia Shire and Al Pacino and everybody was great in
The
that.
casting was superb.
Casting was great. The same with when Stallone did Rocky.
Yeah.
All those characters were awesome.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Everybody knew who Burt Young was and Talia Shire was in The Godfather, but Stallone made all those people
Household names.
household names.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he made Mr. T and Dolph Lundgren and
Yeah.
Carl Weathers. I mean, he made them all millionaires.
He made the biggest wrestler of all time. He gave him a name, Hulk Hogan.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I always credit Sly for bringing wrestling to the mainstream because
He did.
nobody really, back then, when he played Thunderlips, Nobody really knew who Hulk Hogan
It was on
was.
Channel 9 at midnight.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's right. I
So
remember
Sly
that.
And after that,
gave a lot of people careers.
After that, they had the first WrestleMania after Rocky 3.
I was
came
at
out.
WrestleMania 1.
You were. That's
Yes. Muhammad Ali was the referee.
Yes.
Billy Martin was the timekeeper. Liberace, Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Everybody
That
was
was
there.
the first one.
And
I
I was
remember
there.
that.
God, he's bringing back all these memories.
I went to WrestleMania 1, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Well, I just want to say, man, this has been one of the best shows we've had, and I really appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. I
And
appreciate it.
anytime you're down here, please come by.
Absolutely.
We have a pizza box. So I know that we have someone that delivered to us just a little bit ago, but you actually had some of their chicken wings. Did you like it?
Yes, I loved it.
So they actually had a delivery.
I loved it. I kept eating them.
Oh, yes.
Quick shout out
They're
to
here.
Pizza Rica.
They deliver it. Actually, this is
That's not how you hold a pizza.
I know.
It's not your pizza, Denise.
She's over here.
Chuck, don't let her hold a pizza.
Flip it around. Yeah, this
That's
Chicken
what
wings
happened
were
to
great.
it.
A little greasy. You have to have a wet rag next to
A
you.
little wet
I mean,
nap.
actually, it's the honey.
But it was great.
We just have a quick story. Every week before the show, I was very grumpy because I would come from work straight here and I didn't eat since lunch. So Denise went out and got us a sponsor, and they actually bring us food every week for the show. How about it?
Pizza Rica.
Well, she started ordering and was like, listen, like, we got to feed Joe. We got to
You
feed
guys
him.
all eat it. Don't blame me. Don't blame the fat guy. You guys all eat.
But the pizza is very, very good there, and we just want to make sure that we give them a shout out. And Chuck, you had their wings. I know they were like sticky, but that's because it was honey barbecue.
so good.
Oh, it was
But
great.
that was really,
It was
really
great.
good. And their pizza is really good. So if you're interested in knowing where they are, they're Pizza Rica, and you can actually give them a call. And Nico, you want to go ahead and take that, where they would call?
Yeah, I believe it's 561-826-8663.
Pizza
And they gotta
Rica,
mention-
keeping Joe cool and collect cash.
Mention the
Thank
sixth
you,
borough.
Pizza Rica.
Be sure to mention the 6th Borough, and they will give you a discount, 10% discount when you order with them. And they have family specials and special deals. Now, this is how good they are. You cannot eat there. It's all pickup and delivery. And they have it's a small little place. You know, some of those small places have the best.
They crank.
foods. They
Yeah,
crank
they
it
crank
out.
that
It's
food out.
Awesome.
Well, you compare to big to
Awesome.
small, it's just delicious. So everyone, just go ahead. If you're local, make sure you go ahead and try to play an order with them and taste it. The wings and also the pizza. Outstanding. Here you go. Here's the ticket.
There it is.
Yep. So with that,
Pizza
everybody,
Rica.
thank you so much. We're coming to the close of this particular show. And Chuck, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks
you
for
did-
having me. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I
We had a
hope you
great
had
time.
fun. I really hope you had fun with us.
Absolutely.
So we're going to be heading into the second half of our show called the Power Hour. Everyone, just stay tuned, and we have some great stuff that we're going to go into, and we have some singers with us that we're going to introduce. So stay tuned, everyone.
Remember-
Get that Pizza Rica.
Remember then, coming up next.
Remember then.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Have you been to Chowderheads in Jupiter yet? If you are looking for the best seafood in town, you have to try Chowderheads. You'll love their authentic New England seafood, flown in fresh from Boston. Their award-winning lobster rolls, clam chowder, and fried oysters are absolutely delicious. Come taste it for yourself. You will want to keep coming back for more at Chowderheads, located in the Driftwood Plaza on South US Highway 1 in Jupiter. Now open 7 days a week. For reservations or to go, call 561-203-2903 or check out their menu at chowderheadsusa.com.
Attune Dentistry on Indiantown Road in Jupiter has state-of-the-art offices specializing in the rejuvenation of smiles, facial skin, and body remodeling. No pain, no surgery, no downtime. Looking for Botox, dermal fillers, or sleep apnea therapy? Attune Dentistry has you covered. Call today for a free consultation. 561-702-0039. Attune Dentistry in Jupiter. Call now. 561-702-0039. You'll be glad you did.
Robes Law Group of Delray Beach understands winning. As a member of the American Academy of Attorneys $100 Million Club, they've proven proven time and again that winning for you is their habit. Don't wait to suffer an accident. Download their app today. Be prepared and be protected by placing Robes Injury Law in the palm of your hand. Text Robes, that's ROBES, to 474747. Click on robeslawgroup.com or call them today at 561-570-5700. Robes Law Group, winning for you and our community. Offices throughout Palm Beach County.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788. 800-953-1788.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sloman's Home Security is celebrating their 100th year anniversary. To celebrate, the next 40 True Oldies channel listeners who call 1-800-ALARM-ME will get a free doorbell camera and free home security system professionally installed from Sloman's when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. That's 100 years of being the best in total home security. For over 100 years, the Sloman Shield has had your back. Trust the best in total home security. To celebrate, the first 40 True Oldies listeners will get a limited time offer. You're getting a state-of-the-art LED touchscreen pad, a motion detector, 3 armed doors, a backup battery, and a doorbell camera for free with installation of your Sloman Shield when you use Sloman's low-cost central station monitoring. Get real home security, professional monitoring, professional installation, and a free customized home security system. Call Sloman's at 1-800-ALARM-ME. 100 years of family-owned dedicated service. Sloman's, 1-800-ALARM-ME.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square. Content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
All right, so check it out. We are back. Welcome back to the 6th Borough. All right. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I'm so sorry. Check it out. We are Power Hour. We are back. 6th Borough was last hour. We are back with the Power Hour. We do have Denise in the building right now. Take it away, Denise.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the 2nd hour of our show. We are live, and so we are super excited. We just had a great interview with Chuck Zito, who was with us, and it was just amazing hearing all of this. Phenomenal, just really great stuff. And if you want to be able to see what just the hour that we've had, the show itself can be seen, or you can go ahead and see it again. It's pre-recorded or recorded, and you can see it on our Facebook page, which is Power Up Radio, the 6th Borough. You can go to YouTube. You can see it on there as well, and that's at the Power Up Radio TV. And you can also catch us in a few other ways, but other than that, those are the best 2 ways to see actually our faces.
It's running live
right
now on all of our social media.
You can also go on our website, www.powerupradiotv.com, and you can actually see the show again. So we're super excited, everyone. This has been just such a great hour, but here we are into the Power Hour, and we have, what do we do in this particular part of our show? We tell backstories. I mean, the 6th Borough show we just had was an amazing story.
Oh, wow.
I mean, you know, just from humble beginnings to all of the ups and downs of life to making it successful today.
There he is. Welcome back, Kenny.
So if you have any questions during the course of our show, we are able to be called in, and you can call 888-994-4995, Studio A. That's how you get a hold of us. We want to hear from you. You can go ahead and give us your comments, your questions, and we're going to do a little bit of an educational point right now, but we have a great story. Yes. But what else is going on? Kenny, can you tell us what's going on again in our community? Because, just for our listeners that are just tuning in, give us an idea, 1 or 2 things that you have going on that you're aware of. Anything new?
All right, so actually what I want to talk about is the shows that I went to last week.
Okay. Which one out of 500?
Well,
a little backstory on Kenny. You can't keep up with this guy.
He's everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Like, every time I look at him on social media, selfie. I'm here. I'm there. I'm like, there's got to be more than one of this guy. He's everywhere. But God bless him, man.
Thanks.
Because he supports everybody. That's why. He's a great guy. That's why he's here with us.
Thank you. I do. I try to support everybody, and I went to see Sharon and support her.
Yes.
I saw her live. And
that night I saw him at the show. I'm like, why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew. I don't know. I was like set on going, and then I went, and it was great. Yeah. I'm trying to hog Sharon out of myself. That's the truth. The truth is out.
I would have gone, but I caught whatever Montezuma's Revenge was out there that's going around. It's been nasty, but I'm sorry I missed it, but I promise I am going to see it.
Yes, it's worth going to see.
I'm always performing all over South Florida, so if you miss one show, you can make it to the next one.
Definitely going to go to the next one.
Just make sure
if you have coming up.
February 3rd at the Savor Cinema with Mike Marino, and the Boston Guido is hosting, and that's going to be a great show. So
can't wait.
You can look that one up too.
Just make sure if she's performing somewhere that has somewhere else named the same thing, she specifies which location it's at, because that happened with me one day.
He showed up at
one location. The wrong location. I call her. I go, hey, listen, I don't even see a stage. Where are you going to perform at? Can't make this stuff up.
Not with you anyway.
No. But the other thing I did was last week I talked about the car show down. It was a picnic down in Miami.
Right.
And when I tell you, if you've never been around or seen a lowrider in person, the next time there is a lowrider show that's coming up in Tampa sometime, you got to go. I was down in Miami, and the cars, the paint jobs, the hydraulics, it was amazing. Some of the most beautiful cars you could see in South Florida, old classics. And it was just,
right there.
That's a 63 actually. It's the aptly named South Beach 63.
Does that jump up and down too, that thing?
Oh yeah.
That's the hydraulics in the trunk,
Hydraulics in the trunk?
Yes. And when I talk about that's an old Cutlass.
And these are all Spanish people?
87 Cutlass, yes it is, yeah. A beautiful car.
I think Mr. Schwartz would be driving that sucker to rabbi practice.
I love that body style.
See, I'm going to
the
G-bodies. That sucker.
Chuck is a car enthusiast also.
Yeah,
you know
Chuck
that,
builds
right?
his own
He
cars.
builds his own cars.
Dude,
Oh yeah, we were talking
Chuck
about
is
that on the show.
Man. Let's make some noise for Chuck.
Yeah.
That guy's absolutely. I mean, listen, I'm not like starstruck or anything like that guy, but
we could have kept Chuck with us for 3 hours.
I know.
It's great.
But we actually in the studio have with us,
treat.
we have a treat.
Yeah.
And we're super excited. And you know what? We have to actually bring Kenny to the front and tell us, who do you have here with us today?
I have Remember Then.
Remember Then. So that's the name of the group, or of this trio, I should say.
Nothing but talent. Nothing but talent. These guys are super, super talented.
So I met the lead. Are you the lead singer or no?
No, we all.
Okay. So I met one of the singers, Ralph, and then he ended up knowing my pops and his lady.
Oh wow.
Which was, and now we were talking. I was like, oh man. So then when I checked, I was like, this guy's got a following. So I was like, I got to get you guys on the show because they perform at a lot of venues. Somebody's walking in.
No, go ahead.
They perform at a lot of different venues. They have quite a following. They sing oldies, like oldies songs, things like that. So Remember Then. Let's bring them on the show and say hello.
Yeah, well, we're very excited. You know, we're always interested in having our local talent on here. Clearly, anyone we've ever had on here has been so interesting and full of life. And Kenny said we got to have these folks on the show. So why don't we do the introductions? I'll let you take it away.
All right. So we got Ralph, we got Rob, and we got Joe. So welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There they are.
Welcome,
There they are.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Remember Then Classic Hits, variety, dance music. And you have to let us know, gentlemen. Can you be booked for private parties and all across the board?
Sure. Private parties, weddings, we do it all. We do a lot of venues around the area also for a lot of the local charities. We're very big with the veterans. I happen to be a veteran, and so we do perform a lot for our American Legions and VFWs and whatnot. Also the Moose Lodge, we just did a big charity for a moose that totally lost their whole building over in Fort Pierce.
I'm sorry, who
or
did?
Fort Myers. The Moose, it's called a Moose
Lodge.
Lodge. It's almost like the Elks.
I'm so sorry.
I can only imagine what Denise was thinking.
The poor moose and his antlers. And
the poor antler. What happened to the moose?
These are fraternal organizations
Just seen the elk.
that help the public, and so we try and help them out as well.
It's great because that's one of my passions is working with the veterans. And thank you so much for your service. We really appreciate that. It's important on our show that we always recognize anyone that has been on the services. So thank you. We appreciate that. So let's hear some of what the talent you have, and we really would love to have. I haven't heard you yet, but I already want to know and say you need to come back. So can you give us a little bit of a taste of what you want to do?
Well, we happen to have our promo video and soundtrack.
They happen to have it.
They happen to have it.
Guys, right now, he's going to cue it up for me.
All right, we're going to hear. As we said, we have a special treat.
Oh.
I was expecting.
Wow. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. You don't make this go infernal. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Oh, what a night.
These are great hits. These are great songs.
Back in 63.
Good ear.
What a very special time for me. In and out of my life. In and out of my life. You come and you go. You come and you go. Leaving your picture behind. I must have kissed it 1,000 times. And guess whose side is all by tonight.
That's you,
Wow.
Ralphie?
That's Ralphie doing Sinatra.
My fickle friend. The summer wind.
Oh, I love it.
No, Ralph.
That's the tall guy.
That's Rob?
It's Rob.
I think you guys actually sound better singing alone than you do together. What do you guys
Exactly.
think? I mean, no disrespect. I know you're a group, but you should probably take turns. You know what I mean?
We do.
I'm just saying. You guys sound great together, but you sound amazing alone.
No. So your selection is very nostalgic. I love it.
We take it from the 50s all the way up to today, including a
little bit of everything.
country. Yeah, a little bit of country.
How'd you all meet?
Just from playing around the area. These
Oh,
guys
really?
have been down here for years. I'm a newcomer to the area. I've been here about 7 years. But Ralph and Joe's been here for probably 40 years, and the same with Ralph,
Right.
probably
close to it.
around 30. But just from playing around, we got to know each other, and we thought, you know what, let's...
I came down here in '86 when Hillsborough Boulevard
Right.
was a two-way road from Power Line going out west.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow.
How long
It's
you
a
guys
two-way
been together
street.
as a group?
Probably going on 3 years.
Oh, 3 years now. About 3 years.
Well, I used to sit in with them. I used to go see them when they were playing at the Pompano Legion. And I'd sit in. And then before you know it, they asked me to join the group.
And I'd sit in with him
And he used
to
sit
start
in
with.
me.
Right. We've all done our own things over the
I used
years.
to sing at used to be the Tiki Bar down on 14th Street. in
Right.
Yeah.
Pompano.
Yeah. It's still there.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, well, he got rid of the music, but I was there for like 14 years.
Wow.
We used to do Wednesday and Friday nights there.
I love that. Do you
So-
do a cappella?
Well, we haven't really practiced anything. I mean,
We sort of each do our own thing. That's how we got together.
Okay.
I was doing doo-wop in South
What
Philadelphia.
about doo-wop?
And Rob was singing in what, Pennsylvania, and we all did our same thing, and we decided rather than do a formal doo-wop group, the harmonies and whatnot. We each take different types of songs and do them one right after. We don't have set lists. There is no such thing as a set list.
Right.
Each show is totally different.
Oh, I love that.
Which is the beauty of it. We back each other up.
Well, we read the crowd.
You work on a lot of requests.
What are we doing?
Well, we read the crowd. See what the
great.
crowd goes
Song.
and we just go with it. We don't have any sets.
Keep 'em
one time
dancing.
when I worked in a bar one time singing, and the bartender said to me, he said, "You know, one thing I like about you." I said, "What's that?" He goes, "These other bands, I know the next song that's coming up." He said, "You, I never know what's going to happen."
It's kind of like our show. We don't know what's going to happen. We roll with
Could
it.
you give us an a cappella Frank Sinatra? I'm just saying, because that was dead on. Any kind of like some one-liner or something.
I'm just getting
we're not
over.
judging you. We're all part
I'm
of the
just
same
getting
team.
over.
Yeah, COVID was
I had
last
a bad
week.
case
we know.
of
It's okay. No problem.
laryngitis.
That's
I mean,
called
really
an
bad
excuse.
case.
No excuses. Try
Ralph,
your
back
best.
to Ralph. You know, I remember you now.
Okay, from where?
You used to sing with Bill Crackle.
That's right.
At my
see?
restaurant years ago.
Wow.
In Deerfield, El Chorrito.
Yeah, I sang at El Chorrito.
Bunch
Yeah,
of times.
he owned it.
I now I remember.
Oh, wait a minute. Your brother,
Pasquale.
Pasquale. Oh, my God.
Oh, there it is.
Big Ange.
Yeah.
6 degrees of Joe Rubo.
Yeah, I remember. You had the motorcycle.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my God. I don't believe
I
it.
recognized you when you first
I
came.
said, you know, he does look kind of familiar, but I've seen him somewhere before. But
This guy, they used to pack the house. Man, that restaurant was fun.
I
Well,
gotta,
Billy
I
used to
gotta
do-
bring on a guest who doesn't know you. That's the goal now.
Billy used to do Neil Diamond. Then I used to do Sinatra.
Yeah,
That's what I
great
used to
act.
do, right?
Yeah, great act.
You know?
All
Well,
right,
you
so
said-
warm up the Sinatra, kid. Here we go. No judging. We're on the same
Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will be glowing just to love you and the way you look tonight.
Right. Live from the sands.
I'll tell you that right now.
We're like a
Class
box of
always
chocolates. We just don't know what's
I
ever going
can't
to
believe it.
happen.
El Chorito. Wow.
Good party joint.
Oh, man.
Joe Rubo's a legend. I'll tell you right now. Everybody knows Joe.
That's
You know,
great.
the whole family. Your whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole mishpacha, you know.
So you got one New Yorker and 2 guys from Philly.
It's close enough.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Joe, they're Eagles fans. Don't look now. No.
New York is the 6th borough of Philadelphia.
Oh.
You know something? I'd never heard that though, but ever.
Because you never will.
Like,
You know, once they go over the Walt Whitman Bridge, I think
That's
they're
it.
New Yorkers. you know?
Exactly. They're close enough.
So I do have a question for our Philly folk here. So is it Pat or Geno's? Does anyone know what that means?
Pat.
Pat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pat?
Cheesesteaks.
Cheesesteaks, that's right.
But if one were closed, I'd gladly go across the street. Either one. Either one.
In the rain, too.
In the rain. I've actually done it in the rain. We would.
You've done it in the rain?
Well, I've eaten cheese.
Me too, a few times.
Stop.
Pretty wet.
Oh,
what
stop.
show is this? It's a different
Yes,
show.
I walked right into that. I did.
You walked into some places we learned about.
Oh, you did.
Let's not discuss
Keep that off the table. Our pre-production, it's like derelicts all in one room. It's,
Ralph, I just texted my brother Nick that you were here. He's like, "Oh wow, blast from the past."
Wow. When was that? Back in 1999 or something?
2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Wow.
Close enough, yeah.
So we really appreciate you being on here. How can we help you? We want to. We love just a little bit I've heard. I would love to hear more. Tell us where you're going to be booked, and can we have you come back?
Yeah, how do we book you too?
Well, you can book us by, I know the flyer that you put up on your screen, we have a phone number there as area code 717-690-4535. We're in the process right now working on a new website, so it's not up and running yet. We do have our promo out on YouTube. It's called Remember Then 2022 Promo.
On YouTube?
Which is on YouTube, which is what we were just playing here. And we'll be at, may I say some of the places we're going to be?
Absolutely.
We're going to be up in Mel's Way, at Bistro. We've played up there before. We're going to be back up there in February.
Where's that?
Up in Lake Worth.
Oh, okay.
Lake Worth at the Poinciana Country Club.
All right.
Okay.
We do a lot of private stuff, a lot of
We gotta go up
HOAs, a
and see
lot of
them. I love this
local,
music.
like I say, the local legions, the VFWs, and what you hire us, we'll play. You know,
I love it. I love it. I have a question. So you said you basically each sing your own songs and you don't sing together, or are there some that
We
you do?
harmonize.
We harmonize. We'll do backup
okay.
for each other, or we'll do a duet.
Okay.
But essentially, that's the beauty of it. as we get to do our own thing, and but we're always reading the crowd.
Is there one song individually that each of you like to sing? Like, because some songs are just, they're songs that I can hum all day long. So, or does that happen to you? Like, or do you get one song in your head and you can't get it out? Because I know that happens to me too. Ooh,
that happens. We do so many songs. I've been doing this for 50 years, playing in bands and doing the single and then working with these guys. And there's probably one or two of my favorites that I like. I'm a big Elvis fan as well.
We love you
so
more.
there's a lot of Elvis songs that I love to do. Ralph, with Sinatra and Joe. Joe's just phenomenal at anything he does. So.
Joe, do you have a favorite song? Like, what is it?
I'd probably say Tom Jones, I Who Have Nothing.
Oh, I love that one.
What we do when we perform.
We don't believe you. You know something? We don't believe you. Why don't you do a little ditty?
Tom.
Somebody. Listen,
we also
you
try
got
and do
it,
like
you
a
got
little.
it. Don't make mag chops. Start cutting magazines and chopping them up. You know what I mean? That's what he does. And I've been doing but being whimsical all evening. So you're more than welcome to sing a song, bro. Tom Jones, I love him.
It's not unusual.
Joe does he does a phenomenal job.
He's calling you out.
That was Nico.
No, I know, it's pretty good.
I'd rather sit here and listen.
Keep
I'm
going.
having more fun doing that. No, that's all right. We need a little accompaniment.
The main thing is that we're keeping the classic hits alive.
Love
exactly.
it. Mm-hmm.
And I also have to say, we were doing a Christmas party at Galuppi's.
Yeah.
I like that.
I went to get a
Pompano.
drink of water. A young girl behind the counter. I select to have a glass of ice water, okay? She goes, I love that music, she says. I said, how old is she? She was in her 20s. She goes, the new stuff today I'm not crazy about, but this old classic music, she said, I love it. She says, I listen to nothing but this type of music.
Yeah.
And more of the younger people now are listening to the oldies.
Yes. My daughter, she's getting married soon, and she said at her wedding she wants to make sure Dad would have to play freestyle because that's all you used to play in the car. You have to play it. And I said, what about Elvis? And Frank said, she goes, of course. You don't even mention that, of course.
Because the lyrics and the melody is so pleasant.
We were talking about that the other night, me and you, Nico.
Yes, 100%.
Don't laugh. There's a story behind the song. It's an inspirational song. It's a story behind the song. And people can relate to that because you're in those type of predicaments.
Yeah.
With love with a girl and you break up or whatever.
Yeah.
And you understand the words for the most part.
You understand the words. You can, and the melody is so great.
Yeah.
You can't get it out of your head.
It's just romantic.
Not only that.
Today, the commercials got better music than the hit songs on the radio.
Yeah. But you also, and this resort, when you look at, when we talked to the guy last week,
that guy.
That guy. and then Damon Feldman. And the one thing that guy.
Noel.
Noel Pagan, yes.
Yes. When you look at that, the difference between what he said and the music then, the way they were making it, was all about the passion more than the pennies. Now it's all about the pennies more than the passion, and that's where you get the difference in the quality of the music and the heart behind it and the soul behind it.
We were talking about the lyrics of, I think it was a Nicki Minaj song, right? No, and we're saying this song is multi-million-dollar.
Because I was telling Joe, I said, Joe, can you imagine you walk up to your mother and you're like, Mom, you got a good song.
And you played it.
And it's up and it's up.
Hey, we can't say the words.
But I gotta say, I started liking it after Joe and I went to the Hideaway. I was like, it's a good song.
You can hear that on my radio.
Yes, the Hideaway is a special place, and we want to make sure we give them a shout out. Have you been to the Hideaway? Oh, maybe not. Well, it's actually a real great place to eat and for entertainment.
Great entertainment.
Great entertainment, absolutely. So we're going to be going to a quick commercial break. Just stay tuned with us because we have our special guest with us, Susan Smallwood, to talk about cat dog. Stay tuned.
Yeah, we're good.
Let's go. Put your hands up high when that bass drop low. We let them hate from outside.
It jumped in like that because I was playing his music on his phone.
Put your hands up high when that bass drop low. We let them hate from outside while we rocking on the floor. We let them hate from outside.
WNN AM Pompano Beach. WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group. Broadcasting live from the Robes Studio. Injured recently? Call the Robes Law Group, where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Robes, winning for you and our community. This is the one and only Oldies wants to send you cruising. Oh, yeah. 3 days, 2 nights on the brand new Margaritaville at Sea.
Let's get this party started. Yeah.
Your weekend escape for 2 in the Bahamas is here. Visit TrueOldiesFLA.com and register to win our daily weekday cruise at 5 p.m.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
From ship to shore, Margaritaville at Sea awaits. You could be the next lucky winner. Winning excludes valet parking, taxes, fees, and port expenses. Full details at TrueOldiesFLA.com. Alexa rocks, and now so do you.
How can I help you?
Just say, Alexa, play True Oldies FLA.
Okay, playing it now.
Now, you've got the good time oldies.
Power Hour, baby. We are back.
We rock.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Power Hour.
Girl, you look mighty sexy.
We have our team here. We're going to shoot it right over to the beautiful Denise. Denise, take it away.
Oh, I love this stuff.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the Power Hour. We have just been really having a lot of fun and conversation with a trio called Remember When. And we've been just reminiscing with some of the greatest songs that they actually sing. And we want to have you come back, and hopefully you'll sing for us. Is that
like
something?
a live performance here for us?
Why not? We would love to.
That would be great. Maybe around Valentine's that week.
That might be a very nice thing if you're available. Sure. We'd love to have you back, and hopefully we can even have you become more instrumental in our show and supporting us, and what we can do to support you as well.
I got a great business idea. Valentine's, and you guys can do like a delivery singing or whatever that is.
Don't listen to that.
Because that's almost like you could bring it back.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just saying something different to my girl. I buy her all this stuff, what have you, but I never hire someone to go sing to her.
Okay.
Think about it,
that might be
guys.
dangerous.
I'll do the marketing and take the 20%. My idea.
Well, thank you so much for being here once again. We really want to
you for
hear
having
some of your
us.
talents. One more time, if anyone wants to be able to get a hold of you, what number do they call?
Area code 717-690-4535, and that's Remember Then, variety dance music, classic hits.
Where are you going to be performing next, just in case anybody wants to show up?
You know what? We don't have our schedule with us. I think our next place is...
El Chorritos.
Well, we have a lot of private stuff coming up.
Oh,
A lot of
private, okay.
A lot of private
All right,
gigs,
well,
but-
we're going to keep it out there and post it, and hopefully you'll come back and share all 3 of your talents, and we get to get a
So
real,
we can show up
true
at the
live
Briss then.
experience.
Is that what you're saying? We can show up at the party at the Briss. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
We're
I'm just
trying to
wondering,
get into
we bring our own chips. Like, what's going on here? What
a
kind
place
of a
called the
party is
Meatball
this?
Room, right on Federal Highway.
Right.
Oh, that's a great
Benny
place.
Graziano runs it.
I know the guy, yeah.
Yeah, I used to work for Benny a long time ago at the Polo Lounge.
The Polo
I'm
Lounge.
at the Polo Lounge, yeah. So we're trying to get a date in there. We're working on a schedule.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great
If we do, you guys may come down.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I just was there. I went there for my daughter, her engagement dinner. She got engaged. I took her there for dinner. Great food.
No, we were there.
Did you have the meatballs?
I'm doing a
Joe?
show there
yes,
on the
we
18th.
went there. It
Yeah.
wasn't the meatball room then, but we did.
Did you eat the meatballs, Joe, or what were you?
Let me tell you, the whole menu is just meatballs. It's great.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All different kinds of.
Yeah, all different kinds of meatballs.
Really
joking.
Yeah.
I got a show there on the 18th. You know, I do stand-up comedy.
Oh, I'm going to that one.
Oh, me
Have
too.
some
I got
bowls.
it. Well, she's
It's
busting
Italian
meatballs.
night.
It's Italian night, of course.
So I'm like their token Italian
Get it.
comedian.
Since I met her.
Whatever.
Well, again, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you,
here
guys.
with us
Thank
once
you,
Yes,
again.
guys, thank you so much.
Remember
Nothing but true
when?
talent,
Thank you so
guys.
much for being here.
Round of
Talent.
applause.
Round of applause.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys for coming in.
So we're going to talk a little bit here and transition to our next guest. I tell you guys, we've had some great people this evening.
Yes,
Oh my God,
yes.
the show is just
very
getting
exciting.
bigger and bigger.
We're gonna have to get another hour, I think.
Oh well,
Maybe.
I don't know about that, but you know what?
We're gonna talk to the producer. Get 2, get 1 free.
Yes,
There it
thank
is.
you
Yeah.
for sure.
We'll have Chuck make them an offer they can't refuse.
Exactly.
That's the secret.
Yeah, I
There
tell
it
you,
is.
one of the things that I really do like about the show is having conversations like that. What we don't know is what we see on the surface, but there's a common theme here. Everyone has a life outside of what they said they do.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say who does what, but in all honesty, I mean, who has the profession within the field of plumbing or in construction or someone that is, in the marketing?
We all have a 9 to 5.
We all have separate lives. We really do. And that's a telling story because, our kids today think that they're going to wind up being, whether it's a football player or this or that, that you need a backup plan, you need an adult plan. Not that that's not a profession or a career, but you always think that when you see them, there's always something else that they're working on or doing.
You're going to start paying me to do this? So I don't have to work every day anymore or what?
I'm waiting for
that.
That's why we need sponsors. Let's
Paul,
go
you
back to
hiding back
sponsors.
there? Our director of advertising, Paul.
Yes, we are always, and we're bringing on some new sponsors and advertising, and this show has actually gone through to put its stake in the ground, and we're there and we are ready. You can't get the talent that we're getting is just getting bigger, and bigger, and the name, not that we're name dropping, but their surroundings and who they're in contact with. I mean, these are people we see on TV every day.
Yes.
So there's a reason why you do want to be a part of our show. Our show is open to anyone that wants to come and sit and participate with us.
And it's to see you, too.
To see me? Oh, well, I don't know about that, but...
That's what everyone really comes for.
I was going to say, nobody even listens to what we're saying. They're only looking at you.
It's like blah, blah, blah. Look at Denise.
They're too kind. I work with the greatest people. I really do.
I know. Thank you.
Yes, of course. So we're actually going to go into our guests for the remainder of the show. And I'm really excited to introduce this person. She is Susan Smallwood. She's just started really getting more well-known in South Florida. But this is a woman, and I'm just going to say it right all out, a woman of color that has her own business in the caviar world here in the United States. And her story is absolutely amazing. And so can we bring Susan on? And then everyone welcome Susan. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, hello,
we get that on.
Susan.
Introducing Susan. Yes.
Producer.
When
there you go.
When she walked in, I thought we were having models today. I didn't know what was going on.
Yes. So Susan, this is how we're all. I mean, I've been working with Susan now for a little while. I actually met her in some social circles, and we're working on a couple of projects together. And as I got to know her, her story is just, you would never think. You would never think, and actually for all of us, our stories are so unique and so special in our own ways. And all the things that we've ever been through, I believe that lots of messages we get in there, there's messages that come from that. But with Susan, I hope, Susan, you feel comfortable enough to talk about everything. We talked about what you are doing, but you are the CEO and the founder of Grandiosity Events, founder, CEO, and also the caviar that you're going to instruct us and give us a little lesson on the caviar and just how unique and special it is with the events and what you're doing. So, Susan, share with us really quickly where you're from, how it all started, and give us the journey.
Do I start from the present or go back to the past? How do I?
So let's go. What we
started from the bottom. Now you're here.
Because you know what, we all started from somewhere. Every ending has a beginning.
Yes.
So start from, where are you from originally?
I was born in Korea, raised in Germany and Belgium. My father was in the military. He was in the army. And my mother's Korean, actually. So when I say woman of color, it's because I am not all black. I'm half Korean, quarter black, and a quarter Cherokee Indian. I'm all mixed up,
Very
y'all.
exotic.
Wow.
Very exotic.
Talk about a mix. Wow.
That's unique.
That's super unique. Well, look at her. She's gorgeous.
Yes,
she has
gorgeous.
such an exotic
you.
piece
Speak
about her.
Korean, or can you speak any other?
Only the curse words.
So
Hey, girl, at least that's something. Hey, boo. Hey, at least
when
that's something.
you get your nails done, you know if they're cursing.
We would like it exactly. Tell her, no, turn it down. Turn it down. How do you know that, black lady? I'm not black. That's your first mistake. Turn it down.
Oh goodness! Oh, we love Nico. So, when did you come to the United States? Because I know that there was a time that you moved here, and where did you originally come to when you
Moved to the United States at the year of 1, and can I look over there? Do I have to look over here?
Yes, look at me. It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Look over
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So, At the age of 1, and because my father was stationed in different army bases, Louisiana, Alabama, so we were at different army bases, but primarily Germany. By Kreuznach and Bremerhaven, Germany is where I grew up, and Brussels, Belgium, Shape, where NATO headquarters is.
Wow. When did you come to the United States officially?
When I was 1.
Oh, I thought you said you were raised over in Germany.
Oh, yeah, when I came to initially 1 and then went back. It was a back
and forth.
In the military, if anybody knows anything about the Army,
go
every
around.
3 years we're moving back and forth, Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that what they call like an army rat?
Army brat.
Army brat girl.
Yeah, Army brat.
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm running on fumes here.
Yes.
So there's an army brat. I get it. Not that you're a brat or anything, but it's just traveling around. I've heard that this is, I mean, it's hard to settle in, but at some point did you eventually settle? When did you finally settle in the U.S.?
How old was I? Oh, I believe it was 1992. I left Germany. By that time I was married to a soldier and came back to the United States around 1992, and I've been in the United States since then.
Did you go to school here, or?
Yes, I actually graduated my last 2 years in the state of Maryland. Prior to that, I was in San Francisco.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go back and remember where I was.
I would imagine, traveling that much.
Yeah, yes.
And now you're settled down here in South Florida?
So I was in Maryland, and then I came here 4 years ago, and I loved it so much, I ended up staying. I'm a resident now.
Everybody loves it here.
I know. I don't want to go back to the cold.
Let's tell Chucky should move down here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the place to live. So, Susan, with your journey that you and I shared, I know that you had established a strong business. Everything was running high and mighty, and this is put yourself in a vulnerable position. But no one here. There's no judgment. We just want to have free conversation because it's for setting the model of example of being tenacious, of overcoming. So I know that when you were in Maryland, you had a very successful business. Tell us a little bit about that business that you had.
So yes, 7 years ago, this past September, we celebrated 7 years with Grandiosity Events. It is my event production company. And we celebrated our 6th annual celebrity charity polo and jazz this past September, which was produced at, that's the new one coming up.
Yeah.
That's the new one.
It's okay. We'll address it.
Okay, so that was at Congressional Polo Club, and actress Lisa Ray, if you all know who she is, was my celebrity hostess. She did a wonderful job. And it benefited Black Mental Health Alliance. Mental health is a serious issue with all around the world, but especially in the Black community because they like to hide it. And so I brought it to the forefront, and I also publicly went on national TV on Fox 5, Washington, D.C., and even announced that I also have I manage through mental health. I make magic happen while managing through mental health because words are powerful, and was diagnosed with PTSD. And so I told the world that because if I can go on TV and tell the world and share it on social media, then other people, I'm praying that other people will come out and won't be embarrassed and share or seek help, rather. And that was the whole purpose of me benefiting the foundation and me coming out publicly with that.
Wow. Now that's 7 years. Prior to that, what did you do prior to that?
So 8 years ago last week, I came home from federal prison.
I knew we had something in common.
What made you figure that?
Welcome back to Celebrity Boxing. Yeah, let's spin the wheel because I don't believe it. Here we go. Who's up next?
We have the swag.
The story just went from.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. So, what was the situation? What happened? Who did
So
it?
I was indicted by the federal government for conspiracy to distribute cocaine, and ended up doing time at federal prison camp Alderson, West Virginia. That's where Martha Stewart served her time. Camp Cupcake.
Camp Cupcake.
My sister was there too.
Really? What year?
Till 2020.
So wait, were you there when Martha was there?
You might have been there with my
she had left several years earlier.
You might have been there with my sister.
I went in 2013.
No, she wasn't there.
Oh, she wasn't there. Okay.
So apparently there was a cook-off. and Martha lost, and I want to know who ate the food of the woman who cooked. I want to know who won, and I want to taste their food. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
We could have a whole show on that stuff. Yeah.
A total of 2 years. That's including the halfway house. But it was enough time for God, the universe, to sit my ass down to let me know that you need to do something differently. You need to go introspectively into yourself and figure out what to do different and not repeat the same mistake. And so that's when I got into. I would go to the library and I read about metaphysics. And that's when I really went on my spiritual journey and to understand, to become conscious. And then when I went introspectively into myself, and now I understood why I do what I do. It goes back to past trauma, childhood trauma.
Right.
So I started putting the pieces together, and I said, oh, because when you go through certain things, and I don't know if anyone else can relate, I'm sure somebody out here listening, when you go through trauma as a child, we want to forget it. And then we can mask it. Yeah. I masked it with material things. The cars, the furs, the diamonds, the house, all this and that. Then I realized I wasn't really happy. So even though I didn't wish it, but being in prison helped me to become the woman that I am today.
It's part of your journey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I hope that answered the question.
It did.
Okay.
We've had many guests that have shared their situation, and to go through it. Joe, you've talked about it. Kenny, you've talked about it.
You're the only person that ever spoke to it about.
You were in?
Yeah. Yeah, you're among friends. Well, actually, we are the one show out there that talks about this kind of stuff on public FM radio.
Oh, good.
These are really true, hard stories. Everything that we've ever shared has been factual and personal to that person's life. Mm-hmm. And, everyone's journey is different, and every trauma. What you brought up before, we've had a guest on before that talked about PTSD or what happened to them as a child, because in all essence, your experience as a child stays with you into your adulthood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
if you don't address it,
yes,
it just makes things worse, and your growth is delayed dramatically.
Mm-hmm. And your environment as a child, for sure, has a lot to do with the way you grow up.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And because of that, we are able to make an impact. I've spoken for the Boys and Girls Club. I've spoken at for Ended. I've spoken at the juvenile detention centers, and one of the things that is able to captivate these youngsters is the fact that I'm able to relate to them. I'm able to say things to them that you only know if you've been there. Mm-hmm. And when you say it, and they're like, oh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you got them, and then it's like, they're like, okay, now they sit back and listen like, all right, you got something to say.
You got clout.
You know what? At the end of my thing, when your security levels drop in your camp, they let you start, when you're close to going home, they actually let me start going out, talking to kids at schools. Yeah. So guys would get up, I'm a drug dealer, I did this. Another guy would get up, I got arrested for fraud. And I get up there, that was RICO conspiracy. They're like, what is that? You ever watch The Sopranos? And forget it, the questions would start left and right.
We have a question here.
Uh-oh.
Who's Rob Stotts?
Rob Stotts, my dad is a legend, love him. Great show, everyone. Christopher Stotts is probably one of our fans that's just giving commentary.
Rob.
Thank you so much for saying that. But Susan, let's go past all that. All of what we do and experience is forming who we are today.
Yeah.
Right.
And what you do with that is very, very important.
Molds you into
it
what
molds
you are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what you do with that information is the next great step to overcoming, achieving. So let's move into now. Joe, you've talked about it. You are now needing to start all over again. I know we're going to get there. He's so excited. But you moved in, and so you had to reinvent yourself. You had to really just sit back and say, what am I going to do? And you came up with the concept of doing this. And were you doing events prior, or you were? So you transitioned, you kept that pace going.
Yeah, it was. I was doing events, but it was a hobby, and at my private residence, and everyone loved it because everyone loved the entertaining, and the fun and the energy. So when I came home, they make you try to find a job, and actually I didn't get hired, and where they wanted to hire me, I didn't want to work. And so I don't even like driving, and Uber didn't hire me.
How long have you had Grandiosity Events?
7 years.
I know that name, definitely.
Grandiosity Events. So, and
that's what I was trying to look up if we ever worked. together in the past.
Oh, I don't think so, because you actually centralized your efforts up in the Maryland
Yeah.
area.
No,
Yes, I formed it in Maryland.
All right, never mind.
And I got the name because when I was in prison, they called me Hot Tea and Grandiose. And I said, well, how can I? And I didn't even know what
And you
those
put it
words
together.
meant. And I was like, how can someone be grandiose and haughty when we're all wearing the same grays and the same khakis? You know?
You're light. It's your light. It's your
So
energy.
in prison, I said, I'm going to name my business Grandiosity.
Great name.
And so when I came home, I produced my first 2 events as Signature Flight Support Private Jet Hangar, and they housed over $50 billion worth of private jets. And ever since then, I had to stay on that trajectory. What's the next grandest thing to do?
You did that in Maryland?
In Maryland, at the BWI Signature Flight Support.
So let's add in there the other component that I fall in love with that she's working on. We're working on having an event that she's done. How many times up in Maryland you've done this whole event?
We just completed our 6th annual.
Your 6th annual. It's a polo jazz event up in the Maryland area. And
it's not here?
No, we're going to be bringing it here.
I'm bringing it here in March.
March 12th.
Sunday, March 12th. And Denise is my beautiful mistress of ceremonies. Ooh la la. And so Sunday, March 12th in Palm Beach, polo and jazz.
We're very excited.
When you called Denise a mistress, he smiled.
Mistress of ceremonies.
It's not my fault. It ain't my fault.
Actually, now the other thing too. Let's talk a little bit about the added element that makes your events so unique, and that is the caviar.
Yes.
We're going to dive into that because he's dying to taste it.
Oh,
I've tasted it, and so this. I don't know if we can get some of the pictures of her work and the logo and all that as we're talking.
Pizza, wings, and caviar. Who's better than me?
There you go. Yeah. This is just a picture of it, and we actually have it right here. That's her brand right there.
Yep.
We have it right here as well.
So we're going to be able to eat her caviar on the show.
She actually introduced me into how to actually have a caviar bump.
What?
Bump?
What?
Joe.
We're doing what?
I was saying this spoon looks familiar.
Joe.
For caviar.
We're going to roll
caviar.
It's not really made with real caviar.
I'll let you, I just want, look how beautiful she is. That's her
caviar.
logo.
Gorgeous, yeah.
This is the event that's coming up, but let's focus in on the caviar real quickly. Give us a real quick tutorial on how to appreciate and know the history of this.
Sure. So the etiquette of indulging in caviar, it must be consumed with either a mother of pearl spoon, real gold, or wood. If you use stainless steel, you will ruin the experience because of caviar. The caviar. Did they hear the other part or not?
No, start that over. They got to hear this.
The etiquette of indulging in caviar, you must use a mother of pearl spoon.
Kenny, hold your mic so she can show us.
Real wood.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, thank you.
I got you.
Real wood or gold. If you use stainless steel, you will ruin the taste because the caviar will taste like metal.
I never knew that.
I never knew that either.
So that's why you always see mother of pearl when people are indulging in caviar. So this type of caviar is Osetra, which comes from the Osetra sturgeon. It is farm raised safely in Europe and Asia. So now we're going to indulge. You already opened that up? Okay.
Already opened it.
Oh, now can you open that?
Can you open that up?
It was a tough open.
Here, why don't you just take this one?
You
A
sure?
little bit easier. Yeah.
No, you gotta eat it.
Well, we can all share.
Okay.
So what I like to do is show
Childproof.
Attaboy,
Kenny can't open it. It's childproof.
That's why Kenny's single. Can't seem to get the tuna jar open. It's not tuna, it's caviar.
You put him on blast. Why you putting Kenny on blast?
Well, Kenny's
not
working
tuna,
on
it's
that.
caviar,
We'll just use
whatever,
one that's
girl.
open. Thank you.
It's like, quick, mine tastes like caviar.
Zip, zip.
So, thank you, darling. Okay, so
Sorry,
what?
Kenny, leave it closed.
It's not working.
I know they
Give it to
seal
Paul.
it so tightly. So I'm
Paul's
going
the
to show
caviar
the
guy.
audience. Thank you. I'm going to show the audience the how to do a caviar bump. So you place a dollop of caviar onto your fist.
Oh, my goodness.
Like a real bump.
Ooh la la.
She's really doing it. I thought it was an
It's like a
expensive
real bump.
spoon you had to dish it out with.
Yeah.
What about if it's on your skin? It tastes like.
Listen, I know how to do this already. So
Well,
you put
you-
it over here.
Joe.
I don't have to explain to some of y'all if you know what a bump is, right?
Yes.
Fish
sure do.
eggs. Place it on your tongue, let
Okay.
it melt, and
For-
glide down your throat.
For a freeze.
My last week's date did the exact same thing. It's so funny.
So off camera, I did it off her hand.
That's some good stuff.
So the first time
I called it
tasted
caviar
it-
too, but she didn't believe me.
So this is what I wanted to say. I used to be on a foodie reality show, and one of the things that I always say, I have the ability to always kind of share what I'm experiencing. And the first time I tasted her,
Feel the numb.
he
Sorry. No more jokes. No more. I won't do any more. Sorry.
has an allergic.
Promise.
He's
promise.
allergic to peanuts. So the one thing that I wanted to say is that the first
Delicious.
time I tasted it, I actually got a buttery finish. And every
That's
time,
what I was just feeling. Yeah.
every
It doesn't
time-
have that fish
Briny
kick.
or salty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just goes right
it's
down.
super soft.
Can I have
And
some
I promise
Can I
you,
do some more?
try another one because if the second time I tasted it,
Go ahead, Kenny, get in there.
it actually now
That's
it
a
has
big
a
bump.
different finish.
That's too big of a bump.
Yeah, it
I'll be
has a
up all
different
night.
finish, and it's really good.
Let's try that again.
I'm in. I'm going in.
Oh, he's going in. The pickiest eater of the four of us. He's going in.
That is delicious.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Where's the crackers?
Yeah.
Quick, Kenny, put it in your
Ready?
mouth.
Oh, I'm gonna do it on
Do
camera.
it.
He's gonna
Do
do it
it.
on camera.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So now,
Do
hold
it.
on. Go ahead. He won't even eat vegetables, and he's doing this.
It's amazing.
What's it taste like, Kenny?
That's really good, right?
Buttery.
So
It's
wait
like
a
a
minute.
buttery tastes good.
Well, now the second time around, I get more of a cheese finish. I mean, every time I'm.
What'd you do before that?
It's so crazy.
But this is what I'm
Salty.
trying to say is that it's not giving you the
There's
traditional.
no.
Oh my God, it's
it tastes
caviar.
nothing like caviar.
Right, it tastes
I like
like
caviar.
caviar.
That was
This
actually
is-
good. I was so terrified to try caviar.
This is
That's
beyond
really good.
Beyond caviar.
Sharon ain't
Thank
budging.
you, darling.
It's really, it's
Thank you.
wonderful.
Isn't it
Thank
good?
I've
you.
had caviar.
Thank
Sometimes
you.
it's really salty.
Someone said do it. I love it.
A nice piece. Get a nice
did it.
piece of Italian bread. Put it on top.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Nico.
You can put. You,
You
know
could
what?
put
There are
it on
no
anything.
rules.
I've
When
had
it-
it with Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
You've had
People
worse in
love
your
it on
mouth.
crackers,
Kenny,
potato
try
chips,
some?
potatoes.
Nico.
You can
over
have
there.
it
like
with
fish.
anything.
You don't need fish.
Neither do I, but
it
this
tastes like
doesn't
fish.
taste like fish. It
It
tastes
doesn't
like
taste like
it tastes
fish,
like cheesy
darling.
No wonder you got
I said,
divorced.
if I wanted butter, I want to show you eat a stick of butter.
it's really
What are we
good.
talking
Well,
about?
just to let you know, the one thing that I
Delicious.
found so wonderful is the fact that she combines this amazing, how can we say, palette of taste with her parties. You know, combine that with champagne and
Right.
just the presentation. I don't know if we can have some of the pictures that actually show what she can put together, and we can go right into the event that's coming up because we really maybe we should have you come back and bring more caviar. But
Yes.
this is the
Come
brand
back
itself.
anytime.
And one thing that I want you to know, just share really quickly, Susan, the story of how they can actually get some, because you can supply it privately.
Yes, LaGrandeCaviar.com. It's on the label, and at the is it on here? It's not on this one. Oh, it's not. No, that's. Why isn't it on there?
Well, either way, what's the website that they can go to?
LaGrande Caviar, right there. LaGrandeCaviar.com.
Okay. And that's the logo. And so they can contact you and place an order.
Absolutely.
And I've actually seen you deliver it.
Yes, and I will personally deliver it if
Oh,
I'm
she
in the
does.
area. Yeah.
I'll put an order in.
Well, Susan,
Yes.
I
Now
have
that I
a
know
question
that.
for you. I am so interested to know what made you decide, I think I'm going to go into the caviar business. I mean, of all the different food groups and all the different things that one would want to go
Great
into.
question.
Why caviar? I mean, I think it's amazing, and
look
what
at
a
her.
niche, what a niche
I'm gonna eat it all.
business. I think it's amazing. But why? What made you decide to do
Give us
that?
1 second. We're going to go right to a commercial. Don't answer that
No,
question right now.
we're actually coming to a close. We just want to have her answer this question.
Oh.
Answer that
Answer?
question really quickly.
I hosted an event on March 4th of 2020 at a brand new Caviar Lounge opening up in Fort Lauderdale. And at the time I was looking for marketing material. There were no images of black people or people of color. And it was then I decided to change the complexion.
I love it.
And that's
I
and
love
the
it.
rest is history.
I love it.
Ooh la la.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We want you to come back and share some more. We'll
Absolutely.
talk about
I'm
the
looking
event.
forward to it.
We're waiting to hear we can get a great celebrity on with
Yes.
the March of 12th of March.
Joe's
for the
trying
Borough
to
event.
OD on caviar.
I'm doing
over
another
there.
bump. It's delicious.
So next week, everyone, stay tuned. We will
What?
have Sean Kanan with us from Cobra Kai.
Oh!
And
You should have had him
also
on
the
with
Karate
Chuck.
Kid. So anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Have a great week. Be
Have a
safe.
great weekend, everyone.
See you next week. Can I do it?